So I'm going to show you the other rod mount that I had here to fit in the fishing rod holders, the one I customized from the last video from part 1. So I'm going to show you how this goes together and how it gets installed, and how I can remove it, install it, and remove it when I need to. Most of the time it's going to stay on the kayak, but just during transport I'm going to have to remove it. Getting out my basement door is going to be a little tough with the rack on, so I made it so it's interchangeable. I use butterfly wing nuts on the bolts so it can come apart. So I'm going to get it and show you it built, and then I'm going to disassemble it and show you how it goes on the kayak. Here's my messy room. Here's the rack all built. Here's the GoPro mount. I got the mount here which attaches. I can put the GoPro camera here and adjust. This is removable here. I'm going to start by taking it down. I got the wing nuts here. Remove this. It may take a few minutes to put it together, but when you find a parking spot for your car down next to the water somewhere, you get a little time to load up all your gear and assemble some stuff. This will make your fishing trip a lot easier. A lot of people like to do the crate on their kayaks, but I'm not a fan with the crate. I choose to put a cooler. Need room for beer and food. Some people like extra tackle boxes and all the extra tackle. I only bring a little bit of tackle with me, a couple boxes. Whatever I have should be able to fit in here, or in a small tackle bag that I can either stow in the front under these bungees, or behind the seat, or even in the rear of the back of the kayak. All depends on where my comfort level is and how comfortable I am at where I decide to choose to put basically the tackle and everything else. But I'm going to take this all apart and show you how it goes back together on the kayak. It's actually a piece of there's some pieces here that left over from my other kayak that I just reworked to fit this one instead of remaking the whole rack. I think I'm into about 40 to 50, maybe almost 60 bucks between hardware and PVC fittings to make this. So it wasn't really cheap to make. So here's the left side. Well, I should say right side if you're sitting on the kayak. That'd be the right side mount. Now this, I'm going to clean it up. It's got some paint on it because I put some flat black paint on it to give it that murdered out look and kind of make it match the kayak. But I'm going to clean this up a little more because I'd like these to sit inside the mounts a little deeper than they do now, which I can get them in there, but I'm going to have to take some steel wool or some sandpaper and clean the edge of this here just to scuff it up so I can put it a little deeper into the rod mounts. So I start by pretty much twisting it back and forth, and it gets real snug right about here. So I'm going to kind of eyeball this. There's one mount. Come over here to the other mount, which is right here. Now these are already cleaned up because I cleaned these up last time with some steel wool. I even took my Dremel to it a little bit to get some of the roughness off. So I'm going to walk over to the other side of the kayak. I'm going to show you how this gets mounted. So same thing. This is all, it's taken quite a bit of force to push these down, so I don't think this would ever fall off in a rollover if I was to flip the kayak. But I am going to put some leashes on it just in case, because I'm going to have quite a bit of money and gear on here. And I want to have some peace of mind in case I do flip it. If I do flip the kayak, I want to make sure when I roll it over, my rods are still there. So that's one step. Put those in. Mount these. It fits right in here. That's nice and square. That fits good. I got these with wing nuts, so you don't need any tools when you go out in the water. Just your bare hands. Put the washer on. These are all hand tightened. Doesn't go anywhere. I've had this on my other kayak and worked flawlessly. It's going to be good if I decide to add maybe another post, kind of like the GoPro mount, to the side, maybe put a light on it for night fishing, in case I decide to do any night fishing. So let's continue to finish the build on this. It pops right into place. Easy peasy. I gotta do a couple of things in the future. I'm gonna get a couple of those pad eyes and probably mount them somewhere on, maybe here midway, with a couple self tapper screws or just regular screws, and maybe put a bungee or something to connect it to this, to the kayak, so it's on there pretty secure. But with the pressure fit and holding this in, this thing ain't going nowhere. I can't even pull it. I can lift the kayak up with this. That's how tight these are compressed into the rod mounts. So I'm going to try here. I'm going to put the GoPro mount on for you, show you how it works. Let me just stick a camera case on there so I can show you, give you a visual. So basically, here's the GoPro camera. This was something I designed and built up by watching some of the people who had some previous types of setups on their kayaks. I got some ideas and kind of ran with it and went my own way into what I needed for what I wanted. So here's what it comes out to be. So there it is. There's the rack. I can put a rod here, one rod there, one here, here, and here. So a capability of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 rods, or 6 if I don't want to take the GoPro with me. And I get the mount right there, which people say that ain't that great. In the future, I'm going to be getting some stuff from Yak Attack. I'm going to get a 16-inch rail right here, the gear track rail, with the screwball combo accessory for the Humminbird Helix 5. I'm going to mount a couple holes with those, forget those screws, they call those nylon. They're like watertight valves they put on here so you can run the cabling through. I'm going to put some marine goop on there to seal them. I'll be able to slide the fish finder forward and back. And I think, I'm not positive, but I think I'm going to run the kayak trolley on the same side, because I want to keep one side bare in case I ever do roll it. I can enter from one of the sides of the kayak, preferably that side if I don't have the rod holder there. If I do, I can store it in the storage compartment so it's not in the way, and I can roll over and enter from that side. Being with the oar locks here, you know, to hold the oar, and the gear track reel with the fish finder and the anchor trolley on the side, it would be kind of a pain to jump in the kayak and roll over without breaking or ripping the cable or the paracord on that. So I think I'm going to keep it all on one side, keep that side free so I can enter and exit. I don't like a lot of the times that people mount the fish finder up here looking this way, because I feel like if I ever had to jump in the kayak, this would be in the way. I'd probably break it off or break the mount. I just feel like it's in an awkward position. The sun in your face, you're sitting here from a position you won't really be able to see it. At least over here, I'll be able to slide it up and down the gear track rail. The chair's going to sit about here, and I can have it close to me and angle it up. And it has the combo, the screwball combo, which it can position in different ways. The arm, it's like an articulating arm. But when I'm not using it, I don't want it close. I can push it away so I can row. It'll give me space between the chair and the fish finder so I can paddle. Just a few ideas I have for it. I'm going to show you how it looks now with my cooler in the back. Okay, so here's my cooler mounted on the kayak. I figure sitting in from the seating position, I'll be able to sit here, and if the chair will come up to about here. If I want to grab a drink, I can just reach between this opening, lift this open, grab a drink, grab a beer, sandwich, whatever I want, and then I'll have easy access. I picked this up from Dick's One of these was $6, I believe, and the other one was $5. These are bungee with a clip on them. So I figured I'd give these a shot and try it out and see how they work. Figured I'd crisscross it across the back of here. See, that might not work so hot, but if I can always go like this and then come over to the front, clip like that. It does, the Kayak does come with paracord, but I want something a little easier to work with. I feel like this will lock it in real tight. That's pretty good. I can use the paracord to tie this up. I can tie the wheels down so they don't fall out, even though they'd probably float with the rubber tires with the air in them. So I also got this other paracord. This one I believe is a 48-inch one, and the other one was 25. No, this is a 36, and it stretches to, I don't know, I forget what size it is, but it's pretty big. It stretches long. The other one was a 25-inch, and it stretches to 48. So this one might be a 36, and it stretches to 50 something. But pretty good piece of equipment, you know. I could probably put a couple of pad eyes somewhere, and maybe even run this through all the rods so I don't lose them. I'm sure I can find a use for this somewhere, somehow. But I'm going to put my seat in right now and show you guys how the progress is coming on it. I'll show you how I wrapped the pool noodle in black tape so it kind of blended in with the Kayak. Okay, so here's the seat. Here's the pool noodle. It was black, well it was blue. And I wrapped it with black duct tape that I bought from Home Depot. I think it was like $5, $6 a roll. Kind of make it not look so cheesy with the blue color. So let me adjust the seat right now. Right now it's tightened up in the lock position. Okay, so just gonna make sure that's done. Slide that up. You can adjust the seat. So that's it. Oh, it's nice and flat and snug. Probably adjust the seat a little tighter so I can sit up a little. I can move it back if I want. I think I got some room back here for my fishing bag if I wanted to put it there. A lot of good ideas on YouTube, and I had a few myself. So here's that, nice and sturdy. There's the GoPro mount up top there. Got a place to hang my net. It's on a bungee. So like a paracord bungee. I fit 5-6 pound bass in there, no problem. I'm not sure about a striper, but might have to manhandle that one. Now let's see this leash. This is a dog leash basically, but it's got a bungee in it. So this should help me stand. I'm just going to clip it right here. Right to the handle. It's Outdoor Master. I think I paid $12 for this on Amazon. And it's a good leash, good stand-up leash. Can lean forward. And that comes to here. So that'll help me stand up if I need to stand up. Like I said, I could even move the seat a little forward, which I probably won't mind doing. I could be a little closer to my koozie with my beer and the hatch. I also got a dry box that I purchased that I'm going to get ready to start installing a fish finder. I think I was going to get some kind of a bracket off the rail. They sell it at Yak Attack so you can put your transducer on. But I think I'm just going to mount it in the hull. I don't really care too much about water temperature. That's not a big deal for me. That's about all I'll lose. And I'm thinking of pulling this foam out that's up here. I'm probably mounting it a little further up in the hull, just so the transducer is not taking up any real estate. The battery box can stay off to the side. I think I'm going to get some Velcro for it and mount it over here. But I do want to be able to use this for tackle. This is basically my bag. a little dirty, needs to be hosed down and aired out, but I'm going to try. These are the smaller Plano. I think this is, what model is this? This is the 3650 Plano box, which I think these will fit in here fine. I have the handle that I left in there, so you're looking at one of these, two, will a third fit? No, oh, third won't fit, so the battery box is going to be off to the side, so I'm only going to have this real estate here. So you're looking at, in the hull, looking at 4 of these 3650 Plano boxes fit in there. Battery box will be off to the side. I still got more. I got more paracord. Got these quick locks. All this stuff's going to be on here. Another bungee. I'm probably going to keep like that dry bag, wrap it up and stick it in there as well, and put this stuff in it. I think I'll probably have enough room to squeeze it. But I'm not sure about the Plano boxes. I might just keep this whole compartment open and just basically use my tackle bag. I think I can survive without having to put all my stuff in there. I can strap this down. So the 3650 Plano boxes fit inside here really well. The other one I had, let me get you the size of that. That was a pretty large one. This one is so waterproof. It's the 3740 Plano waterproof tackle. This will not fit in the hull. That's going to be an under the seat job. My butt might sit on this. It might not be, so if I sag that seat down a little bit. I see why the people are talking about it bending. If you're in the furthest position forward, the clips are barely sitting in there. So I'm probably not going to do that. I think I'm going to sit back, probably in the last one, just so the clips on the seat stay in the track. That's going to limit some space back there, but I think this tackle box would fit there as well. This thing needs to be cleaned. It's dirty. So let's see. I'm going to have to get another 2 of those to keep all my plastics in. And then I can throw the plastics in the hull. I'll keep this tackle box all together and just keep it on the boat. Keep it up top. And the handle, this was going to be great. I'm really happy about this thing. It feels really strong too. Once it expands, it bottoms out with the nylon, and it's like super strong. Must be able to walk a St. Bernard with this thing. Who knows? Let's give it a shot. Let's see where I can put this. I always wanted to make sure it's easy to get to when I'm out there on the water. I can attach my fish grips, which are here. Keep these somewhere. Maybe I can take a piece of paracord, make it a little longer. I can attach it somewhere on the kayak. And I got my scale and my pliers. 2 of the most important things. There's the digital scale.